this event was the idea of Carl Radnitzer, who wanted a way to have our teachers who are doing lab mission be able to share their lab mission with the public. And so we wanted to have everybody participate, and each teacher has a presentation, and it might be on their laptop, it might be a threefold board, it might be handouts, and they are going to be able to talk about their lab mission, and they'll be able to walk around and ask other people what they're doing. So we really want to promote everybody sharing what they're doing so that people understand more that this is a lab school.
So my lab mission has lots of different pieces to it, but one of the pieces is a bit of community outreach. So we have taken the statistics carnival that we do every year, taken it over to Booker T. Washington, and the students present to this year they did the third graders, and they kind of showed them their projects and explained what probability means to a third grader, which is kind of an advanced topic. I don't know if I can speak for everyone in the math department, but I can say that we definitely are trying to kind of change this narrative that, like, if you struggle with math, you're bad at math. So I think we're all kind of actively working toward, and I think part of that is maybe using standards-based grading, where you can reassess and get better and kind of use that growth mindset. But I also know that all of us are really, we kind of don't see math as like the most important subject. We view it kind of as a way for students to work on developing their critical thinking skills, and we know that not everyone's going to be, you know, the top engineer at the top school, and that's okay. We just want you to kind of use your logical thinking and think about reasoning and get better.
So a few years ago, the Sister Cities from Urbana was looking for, they are sister cities with Thionville, and some of the teachers from there were looking for connections to schools in Illinois, and they had asked several other schools in town if anybody wanted to partner up with them, and everybody else had said no. It was coming off of COVID, and they were just trying to figure things out, and I'm always looking for opportunities to have other resources and other groups that students can tap into. So I said, sure, we'll do this. And so for 2 years we worked just virtually. And the first class that worked with it they took the Uni website and made a French version of the website to share with them. And then we did tongue twisters back and forth on flip grids and just had some fun sharing things back and forth virtually. And then this year they were able to make plans to come here, and we were going to go see them in June, but with the Olympics in France coming up this coming summer, we said that's not a good year to travel. So we're putting our trip off until June of 2025, and we will go there and be hosted by their school. The big thing that we started this past year was the Heritage and Dual Language program, so we're hoping to see that flourish a little bit more and become something with we're going to incorporate the seal of biliteracy in for students, so when they graduate they can have the seal put on their diplomas, and they need to show that they are proficient in a language other than English, and we have a very widely international population here in our school, so it makes sense to be able to offer that, to have the students be recognized for what they have in their own backgrounds.
The English department is presenting as a group, and we have started a program across the entire department to eliminate letter grades from our assessment of student work. So we kind of each worked through what we want to achieve by removing letter grades from our classes, and then how to implement that in our individual classes. And the second board focused on some things that we've been doing in each of our classes for this.
So I've presented at several conferences recently. One working with Dr. Wilson and Ms. B on alternative forms of assessment. We're really working on making some updates to our curriculum. The Uni curriculum has been fairly standard and consistent for several years, and we're working on making our curriculum, particularly in world history with me and Dr. Wilson, more modern focused, focused more on the contemporary world, and making it more thematic. Particularly for the 9th graders, so that we can engage with current issues, current problems, and hopefully make things a little bit more relevant to our students.
Uni High is the only high school in the area that has a full-time theater teacher. What I get to do is develop ideas to use and share with other theater teachers, and take lessons that I'm learning or teaching to events such as the Illinois High School Theater Festival, or working with local elementary schools to help their fourth graders who are having trouble reading.
So I'm the director of college counseling, and what I see my lab mission being is collaboration and outreach, so that Uni High has a outward facing understanding, right? To whether it's community members, whether it's colleges, whether it's obviously bringing things to our local community that we do here, but we don't want it to be in a silo and be in a bubble. So what I've kind of done here is just summarize some of the roles that I've done that has not only helped to brand Uni, but it's also helped me to actually show that Uni High wants to be collaborative. And the fact that I can also have an outward-facing ability to assist the greater community, whether it's through media or whether it's through television or radio, all of that has just been really joyful, and it makes me feel like, if you think about what the U of I's mission is and what Chancellor Jones always talks about, that we should always be thinking what we do for the greater good, this has been something that has framed my lab mission work.